guys, hello, happy Mompreneur Monday, Mompreneur Nation Monday. It is 4 days till Christmas and we are ready. That is mostly why I am late getting on today. I totally forgot and I was just doing other things. Well, I wouldn't say I didn't forget. I just was doing things instead when I should have been focused on getting this together. So when I was going over my notes, I ran over time. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still going to check this off my list. And I am so glad that you're here so you can get some good tips to take your business to the next level, because that is why we're here. And I 1000% wanted to start Streets in Chicago, the Streets in Chicago page, because there were a lot of things that I didn't know when I started my business. So I just want to save someone some time and get them some information beforehand. So I hope that you know this already, and then I hope that you don't, because I want you to learn something, of course. So just a couple things. This week, I started and opened my website again. So I shut it down because I rebranded the whole thing. I have like a passion project called the Mama RX, which is like the mama recipe, and it talks about, all the things that encompass being a mom. Like, obviously, like mom, when you think of mom, we're always going to think of like cooking and cleaning, but I like systems, and I wanted to share the systems that I have. And I believe that mom should have other things outside of being a mom. And so I just wanted to share like the passions that I have outside of being a mom, and just to encourage other people that that's okay. So I started the Mama RX and that website, but I felt like I was in too many places at once. So I definitely had to cut some things out. Well, I didn't have to cut things out. I just had to put them together. So I am mixing and putting together the Mama RX and Streets in Chicago under Streets in Chicago, because it's all me, and I just want to be efficient, and I want to honor my capacity. And honoring my capacity means that I am putting everything together. So with that, streetsinchicago.com is up and running, and I am very excited about it. I've already put all of the videos from all the Facebook Lives up. So if you ever want to go back and see something and you don't find it on Streets in Chicago, the Facebook page, I've put it on there. And I'm going to start taking these videos down after about 24 hours, because I just want it to be to be able to find things easier. And I believe that we can do that on Streets in Chicago. And you can Google it, and I'm pretty sure that you can search it on Pinterest too. So if there's anything that you're ever looking for, it is on the streetsinchicago.com. Also, the habit tracker. Have you filled yours out yet? I have not filled mine out yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to be working towards next year. Well, I do, but like the total breakdown, like I'm still on the bottom part to get things done. My family just came home, and so they're looking at me and I'm looking at them. Anyhow, so you can get that on there and just download it. It's ready to go. So let us get started. The past few weeks, we have been talking about goal setting and getting our minds right for the next year. So the past weeks, the first week, the session was, I believe, the last week of November, and it was talking about living forward and having our very end goals in mind. So when we're making our goals for each year, we can, we'll know what we're really working towards. And that's like when writing our eulogy. And I gave the resources for living forward and Battlefield of the Mind. So if you want to read those books and get your mindset right for, thinking way ahead of time, those books are great for that. And then the next week, I believe it was the first Monday in December, I did a year in review where we talked about how our last year went. And I was honest and I said that my last year, this 2020 was not really a great year for goals. And we looked at that so we know where to go next. So how do we know where to go next if we don't know where we're starting? So that's why we did a year in review. The next week, which was last week, we talked about this habit tracker and how we are going to track our habits so we can know how to move forward. And I talked about how I quit goals. We have Billy is here and she's excited. Come on, Billy, you want to sit in my lap? No? Okay, that's fine. She's in and out. She is about to eat lunch. So, where was I? Yes, last week I talked about how I quit goals. And the reason I quit goals is because I was not breaking things down enough to... I'm quitting goals because I want to focus on habits. I said I'm going to look at every tree instead of looking at the forest, because when I look at the forest, it's too much and I'm not able to track how far I'm going, and that is why we have a habit tracker so we know what we're doing. And that's why we have our daily method of operations, because when you're taking those small steps, it'll end up being giant leaps. And so this week, So this week, what I'm going to share with you is, so I quit goals. What am I going to do instead? I obviously have things that I want to complete in my life, but goals are just a little too big for me. We can have SMART goals, and where they're measurable, they're specific, but if we don't know what we're doing every single day to get to those goals, then how do we know if we're getting closer or not? So I'm breaking it down. I'm going back to habits, and a few things that I had to put in place. Well, I have to put into place before I can get those habits down are 3 different things. And I have been researching what can I do, or what are the best habits to start. And just a little tiny, my thought process in this is, we talk about goals and we talk about habits, but I think that there is kind of a breakdown. I want to go all the way to the root of it. If there's a problem, we always have to find out what causes the problem. If we talk about if we have a headache every day at 4 o'clock, why do we have a headache every day at 4 o'clock? Maybe it's something that we're eating. Maybe we're not drinking enough water, but we have to find out what that problem is. And then we have to go in and eliminate it. So, my stomach, sorry. Oh, I didn't know you got a juice box. So we have to go back into what our systems are. You see this baby? You can see her hair right here in her hands. Just say hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
You got your juice. Are you going to help Mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's right?
You're going to help Mom? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, drink your juice, and then Mom, we're going to keep going. So I believe that we have to find out the source of the problem. And for me, the source of the problem is always broken down. One is consistency. I will always say that consistency has always been my biggest problem, because I get to a place where things are going well and I just want to coast a little. There is no coasting in the beginning. If we're building businesses, there's no coasting. I'm still in the beginning phase of my business. So whenever we rebranded as Sharice in Chicago, that is a new step. and then I'll have to keep going to find out what works. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to take a while. And when I say that I want to coast, like I want to coast after like a week or month of doing something hard. Like a lot of us are in network marketing or direct sales. Am I not giving you enough camera time? Oh, okay. Well, a lot of us are in direct sales, and that means that we need to do our daily method of operation. So I was reaching out to 5 people a day, 3 people a day, and I would always reach out to 5 people. Like I had this where like, okay, I'll do a 30-day run, and I'll reach out to 5 people, and then 5 people a day for 30 days. And if that wasn't working, or if I had gotten to a place where like, wow, I did it for 30 days, this is really working, I've got my pipeline full, I would begin to coast. I couldn't coast because like as people drop out or get started, like there's no one else to replace them because I hadn't completed the work to get those people into place. So what I'm saying is like consistency is a problem for just me. Like it may be a problem for a lot of people, but for me, whenever I am thinking about consistency, what do I need to do to become more consistent? And that is I need to have habits. I need to create habits that I do every day and get into the habit of completing my habits. So 3 things I'm going to do to start habits. I'm going to create segments, which is time blocking. Every day at whatever time, I'm going to fit in an hour of time, 20 minutes of time to get things done. And those pockets of time when you time block are uninterrupted, so you can get those tasks complete. I was talking to my husband the other day, and he said, you know, last night you said that you were just going to go upstairs. Our office is upstairs. Like you were just going to go into the office and you were going to do one thing. Well, I did do one thing, but there were so many things I had to do to get that thing done. It was like I said, it's kind of like giving a mouse a cookie, like the opposite. If I want to do this, I need to do this, and if I want to do that, I got to do this. So I had so many things I had to do before I could post or, complete that task. It took longer than what he expected. So that brings me to my next thing: systems. Whenever we are using social media or we have a blog or we, I don't know, like if we are in a place where we're reaching out to people to start a business, join a business, or just to catch up our customers, we should have a system to do that. And for me, posting is a huge system. There's a lot of steps in that system, and for me that is like writing, editing, creating graphics, posting. Whenever I post, I'm not just posting it to my blog. I'm posting it on Instagram. I'm posting it on Facebook. I'm posting it on Pinterest. Like there's a lot of steps to go into that one task. So if I say that I need to have a blog post done on Tuesday, it's going to take longer than just 5 minutes to post it. There's a lot of stuff that has to go into it, and that's the systems. And that's like what I was saying to my husband. Like if you give a mouse a cookie, like if I want to post a blog post, first I have to, excuse you, I have to write the blog, then I have to edit the blog, I have to create graphics, and even when I put it onto YouTube, I have to write another blurb so I can get it done. She's okay. It's mamapreneur. I'm a mom, and this is my baby, and I'm running a business.
Barbara, you know how to do things?
I don't know who's watching, but they are getting a fun show with Bill today. Baby, I only have a couple more things. Say it. Abuela's watching. Say hi, Abuela. Hi, Abuela.
Hi. It's all. I need to kiss.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay, you give kisses? Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Wiggly girl, Mama has to finish this so you can sit here or you can go with Dad. Which one you want to do? You may not get up there with the camera. Sorry, guys. So that's creating a system for posting in any place or taking pictures. Like creating content outside of blog posting is a lot. Like taking the pictures to get it together or creating graphics. That does take a minute to do. So those are big systems. So I need my time blocking to get those done. Another thing that I really have to, that I'm going to start doing is creating schedules. And for me, sticking to a schedule is more than just creating a schedule. Okay, can Mom start? Okay. And having a schedule and sticking to a schedule is something that I 1000% have to do. So if I say I'm going to take photos for my Instagram, I have to take photos at that time. And for me, that is creating a habit of, let's see, Bill got a hold of this. So creating a habit, that is definitely going to go onto my habit tracker to make sure that I complete it. And the habit tracker, you know, it has 30 days. But if I'm only going to take photos once a week, there's only going to be 4 checks on it. And that's okay because you're keeping track of it and you know that. Let's see. So I'm going to create these new habits, but why would I stick to habits if I couldn't stick to goals? For me, there was always a problem in the breakdown of from starting to finishing or starting to reaching the goal. And that came down to habits. Like I've said, I feel like I've said that like 30 times, but really that was always where I had messed up. Like that's always where I had failed in reaching a goal. So for me, I just had to know myself, like, where do I fail? I failed because I didn't know what to do next. And what is my motivation? And I have heard this question asked to so many leaders in every industry. Why or how do you stick to it? Like if you fall off the wagon, how do you get back onto the wagon? If you, like the question, how do you stay motivated? And I have heard this many times. And one of the things that I gotta tell you, like every leader, they've always said, I didn't like where I was. I looked around and I didn't like where I was. So they didn't like their current job. They didn't like where they were living. They didn't like living paycheck to paycheck every month or, you know, there's more month than money. So they just stuck to their habits. And, you know, my husband and I told him, you know, we're in a place where it doesn't hurt enough. Like there's not a place where where I don't like where I am. But I just had to get to the place, like, is this really what I want? Like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And the answer was no. So then I had to create new habits or figure out a system so I could create new habits and get to where I want to go. And that is really where I think of, like, having segments / time blocking, creating those systems and sticking to schedules is really going to come into play to stay motivated. So my motivation is not going to be sticking to a schedule. My motivation is changing what I'm doing. And when I look around, liking what I see. A few things that I'm doing to stay with it. Like one of the first things that I did, I have a running list of things that I have to do. I've already opened up my new site, Sharice in Chicago, but there are still so many tiny tweaks and big tweaks that I have to make to get it to a place that I'm happy with. So that list, I am not kidding. It is columns on a piece of paper just like this. It's columns. And I started and I wasn't doing this, and it was getting like to a place that I didn't even know where to start. So at the end of the day, at the end of one day, I was like, this is too much. I need to do something so I can focus on a few things. And it's Christmas time and I want to be with my family. Like my daughter's home from school. Well, she's she's been home from school because of COVID, but she is not doing schoolwork. My youngest, she's getting to a place where she's able to help in the kitchen, so we've been baking. So for me, like a reward is spending time with my family doing those things, and it's not really a reward to do those things, but to do it with a peace of mind. So I began to write down my top 3, a to-do list of the top 3 things that I need to get done every day, so I can enjoy guilt-free. Because I am someone who will definitely be thinking about, did I complete this? Did I need to do this? Did I need to get this done? What else needs to be done before I'm ready to go? And for me, that is creating those top 3 things to get done. And it has been working very well. It is so fun at the end of the day when I mark off all those 3 things and I get them done. And you know, whenever you're creating something, like if you are making a blog or if you are editing photos, there's a lot of work that goes into those things before it looks like, before someone can see the results. So like creating new graphics, writing a blog post, people don't see all the hours that go into that. But at the end of the day, whenever I would look and see, what did I complete? I just kind of felt like I didn't really do anything, because I'd look at my blog and I still have the same number of posts, but I had written like HTML and some CSS. Like those are big things that take a lot of time, but I just didn't see those results. So whenever I check something off, it is rewarding for me to have marked it off with my Sharpie and to keep going. Let's see. So those are my top 3. And another thing I'm going to do to stick to having habits and to focus on quitting goals is just sticking to my segments and my systems and my schedules. That is, I really believe that is what's going to help me get to the next level and to just enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy what I do, but feeling accomplished is something that I really enjoy. And once I do that, I think that's really going to help me, at least like in my mindset. The wind here is so loud, and I can hear trash cans rolling around outside, and it is very distracting. So that's all that I have for you today. If you are wanting to start some new habits and get your habit tracker, that is on streetsinchicago.com, and it's also listed on the Streets in Chicago Facebook page. All you have to do is click it. It'll download, and then you'll be able to print and start. There is a color copy and there's a black and white because I like printer friendly. As always, it is, if I don't see you before Monday, I will see you Monday. If I haven't met you yet, please message me, because I love to meet you and just get to know you and see if there's anything I can do to help you create habits, or if you have a question, I can answer that for you. And Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, always, I am so glad that you're here, and enjoy your holiday. Enjoy your time off. We have New Year's next week, so I think that's on Thursday. So we have one more week to give you more information, and to just get you some more information, and to get ready for 2021. And 2021 is going to be a good year. We may not become billionaires at the end of the year, but we will definitely be in a place that we're on track to get there, and to work on building the life of our dreams. I will talk to you soon.